Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got a really great one for you. We're going to be looking at my $25,000 plus Robinhood investing portfolio. I'm going to be talking about some of the things that enabled me to get to where I'm at with this portfolio. We'll look at the growth, the history of it. And on top of that, we're going to be discussing some of those stocks that I am starting to invest in. You know, I took a little break from investing for a while as I secured the duplex. Finally did that, jumping back into the stock market with pretty big pickups, new positions in the portfolio, and I'm really excited to lay it all out in this video here today. So without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, now guys, listen, if you are brand new to this channel, you're just coming here for the first time, well, I want to say welcome. Listen, my name's Dalton. This is dlitztv, and on this channel, we talk about all things investing. Like I said at the beginning, what I want to cover is specifically my Robinhood portfolio, so I'm not going to delay it. I'm just going to jump right in and start going over some of those returns. Over the past day, we're up $75 right now, trending downwards. Hopefully, it's going to be a green day, but we'll see what happens. Now, over the past week, we're up $436, past month, $1,000, and then 3 months is something pretty similar, $933. And then over the past year, 20% up, $4,271. And, you know, I'm really satisfied with the results from this. One thing about me as an investor, I'm a dividend investor. I love dividend investing, the companies that are going to pay you, incentivize you for holding the stocks. My goal is to one day have my dividends be able to pay for all of my expenses. That way I'm living financially free. It doesn't necessarily matter where I'm getting the income from that point. And, you know, that's just my overall goal. So something I'm striving towards. That's a little bit different from one of my investments recently. Now, if you guys have been following along on my Instagram, I actually have been tracking this little journey. I invested in the Robinhood IPOs. Typically, and I put out videos on this in the past, I don't invest in IPOs, but Robinhood is a company that really, you know, it goes through these waves, right? Some people are not fans of Robinhood at all. They think they're like criminals and, you know, I don't know. But for me, I've always liked Robinhood. I've liked what they've done for investing. They actually fostered free trade, right? They actually fostered being able to go to a brokerage and not have to pay brokerage fees every time you bought and sold stocks. So Robinhood has been an absolute game changer and a company that I've been following along with, you know, for the entirety of my investing career. They're where I made my first investments, and I have a lot of the skin in the game when it comes to Robinhood investing, especially on this YouTube channel, right? You guys know that these have been the videos that I have been making, and you know, we've gone through some ups and downs, but overall, I think Robinhood has really changed the game for investing. They're doing everything that they can to innovate. They've got a lot of cash on hand. They're in a pretty good position, and honestly, I was excited about their IPO, and I figured it was worth buying in at least just a small portion, right? I just always assume with my investments, I'm not going to make anything off of it. I'm actually going to lose money. That's my assumption. So I don't invest money that I wouldn't feel comfortable with losing. And anyways, with this IPO, I'm actually up 50% right now. I think the thing is with investing in the IPO, you have to wait about a month and a half to sell. But again, as a long-term investor, you know, this is a company that I will be invested in for a long time. And I don't have to worry about it. I mean, when I talk about being a long-term investors, I'm not going to touch these stocks for 10, 20, 30 years. Hopefully I never have to touch them. I'm just going to be able to make dividends off of them. And again, Robinhood isn't a dividend payer, but it's just one that I really felt attached to, one that I wanted to make a play on, and it just started to pan out. So really excited there. Another company that I recently invested in, actually brand new position in this portfolio. And as I scroll through, you guys see all my investments. These are sorted by my equity right now, and you can see some of them are out of place. So usually all you need to do is click on one, hold it, long press it, and then you can drag it up. You can switch the order, rearrange them, and position them exactly where they need to be. Just a quick little tip on the Robinhood investing app. But one that I invested in, picked up this brand new position, Clorox. This is one that I feel like it's a pretty solid buy-in opportunity. Look at them over the past week and the past month. They're going through a bit of a dip, down 10%. I believe they missed their earnings. I believe if I scroll down, it'll show you, yeah, they missed their Q4 earnings. And here's the thing. Cleaning products, these bigger brands, especially ones like Clorox. I also invest in Kimberly-Clark as well. But these companies, I feel like because of the pandemic and everything going on, there has been a shift in personal hygiene and those types of products. I think they're, you know, more sought after now. We've gone through all these different shortages. And unfortunately, right now, if you look at the statistics from COVID and everything happening, it appears that we are ramping back up quite rapidly. So what happened in early, 2020 could be a reflection on what's happening, now. Some places are likely going to implement some mask mandates, and there's different things going on. But I think for the most part, even though they missed earnings, it's not indicative of what's going to happen here in the future. I think there's so much potential for Clorox, and it's definitely one that I wanted to get in. So right now, overall, I'm down just a little bit, but I'm going to continue adding. As you guys know, I dollar cost average, and they've been downtrending for a while here, but you can see from COVID that initial jump was actually really, really great. So I'm just going to try and figure out here how much it was. It looks like it was about 50% up. So it used to be around $145, $146, but now is trading at 163, still a little bit higher. But again, I just think there's so much potential for this investment here in the near future. And I was comfortable getting in. As always, guys, you know that I am not a financial advisor. Everything that I talk about, these are just moves. I like sharing, being transparent with you guys. But as you know, you want to do your own research. You want to figure out this stuff for your own and be comfortable with your investments that you make. So anyways, another thing I want to touch upon is just, how I actually was able to get this portfolio up to that $25,000 valuation. And some people actually, one thing I want to mention, some people look at this return right over the past year and they're like, man, you should be absolutely killing it. You should have more. Keep in mind, Robinhood investing does not tailor in those dividends that are being paid. They don't show it in this chart here. But also, if I look at, people are saying you should invest in the overall broad stock market. If I look at my return from when I started investing in the overall broad stock market, this investment has been doing a lot better, this portfolio. So if I jump into my Roth IRA in the M1 Finance app, let me just show you real quick. So you can see in the Roth IRA over the past year, my investment's up 10%, so doubled in that Robinhood portfolio, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. So again, I use several different investment apps. I use Webull Investing as well. All of these have referral links in the description. If you sign up for these, a lot of them you get free stocks with. The promotions are down in the description too. But if I jump in, here's my growth portfolio, just to give you a quick update, up 6% on this. Very heavy into Tesla. If I click into here, and Tesla in this portfolio alone has been doing pretty well now, going up. It's up 4.6%, but that is severely different than what it's in my Robinhood portfolio when I first invested in Tesla. So again, looking in my Robinhood portfolio, and it just jumped up to $94 return, so that's a pretty big fluctuation right there. But looking at Tesla in here, it's all about timing, right? 46% up on this investment, so it's been pretty solid. Now again, what I wanted to cover was just generally how I've been able to get this $25,000 portfolio, this valuation. And really, I think it all comes down to discipline, being able to consistently put money into the stock market and really watch it grow. You guys have seen this whole entire process along the way. I've documented most of my moves. You can go back in the history, see my very first investments, and I've learned a lot from investing. But I think the overall thing is that I don't stress over the investments that I'm making, right? I am very comfortable putting these money into the market in these specific companies. I feel like I'm really taking in common sense when it comes to investing. I realize that keeping money in the bank, it actually ends up losing you money because of inflation. So being comfortable with housing money in different places, I have an emergency fund established, but everything else I'm pretty much investing into different accounts. And so being able to put money in obviously is going to increase that value, right? And just being able to dollar cost average and stomach those dips. Like I've had portfolios that have been down, 20, 30%, and just being able to recognize, I'm investing in these companies for a reason. I do some research, I figure out which ones make sense to me, I invest in them, and then I watch the portfolio either dip where I'm continuing investing. And honestly, when stocks dip that I'm investing in already, I get more excited than when the prices go up a ton, because it just signifies that I'm going to continue getting more value, more and more for my dollar investing in them, and then eventually when it turns around, everything will be looking great. So that's exactly, that's my biggest thing when it comes to investing, is just that consistency, stomaching the downturns in the market, being able to identify those investments that you're really comfortable with and continuing to grow your portfolio even when things get rough, there's downturns. Now, I myself haven't really lived through a humongous stock crash, right? There was stuff that went on in early 2020 where the market was tanking. There was a lot of fears, things going on. But again, I wasn't able to invest during the housing crisis and everything going on in that time period when people's, retirements were completely wiped out and lives were ruined and all these different things were happening. But in my position right now, if I'm able to, maintain employment, like something like that is going to benefit younger investors insanely. So when people talk about things like a market crash, stock market, real estate market, the economy is going to collapse, it actually would benefit somebody like me. And I don't want to sound like I'm hoping for it or anything like that, but just having that right mindset, being able to continue investing no matter what's going on, because I've constantly been investing at all-time highs. I've invested thousands of dollars while the market is all-time highs. It crashes, but it always has recovered up past where it has been. So that's kind of the mindset you need as an investor. And anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you in this video here today. If you did enjoy it, it would mean a lot if you just hit the like button. If you made it this far, you know what? It's free to you. Smash that like button. It would really mean a lot to me, and it helps promote my channel, get these videos out there, and it encourages me to keep making more content. So anyways, guys, I put out a recent poll on Instagram. I'm thinking about creating a weekly podcast. A couple different topics that come to my mind are just like general investing topics, but something that really I think would be pretty cool is talking about, how people are making it and breaking out of that corporate 9-to-5 role, right? Like my overall goal is to one day be able to make YouTube my full-time job. I still am working a 9-to-5 job, but there are other people who are doing crazy things, making a living off that. And that's kind of the concept I want to go after, but only if you guys think that would be a great idea. So definitely leave me some feedback in the comment section. I'd really appreciate that. And anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out the video, and have a great day.